I went camping with my family last week and then got the flu. And then from there, almost everybody else in the family got the flu. So we were so miserable. Nothing got done. The house was absolutely trashed. And on this day, I finally had just had enough. I was feeling well enough, so I got up. I did not do a deep clean. I pretty much did a surface clean and putting away, just trying to get everything back under control because we couldn't even barely walk in the rooms. They were so messy. So hopefully this motivates you if your house is a wreck and you need to get it back under control. And follow along and watch as I get my house cleaned up.
We'll go through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
And started where I typically start when I'm going to clean the house, and I just went ahead and did the dishes, unloaded, loaded up all the dishes, and then moved on to the kitchen counters and stove.
Through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays, and on we'll go. Through the wastelands, through the highways, and on.
In my head again, you had your heart set on me, but these feels, they come and go, and they come so easily. Tell me what it is about you that I can't forget, but you're breaking down my walls again, just to set me free. Why do I, baby, why do I love the way you are, we always leave me? Why do I, baby, why do I love the touch but never love the feeling? Why do I, baby, why do I love the way you are, we always leave me? Why do I, baby, why do I?
Got the dishes loaded in the dishwasher and got that started. I went ahead and scrubbed off the big things and moved them over to the side of my counter next to the sink. And I plan on going to Target or one of the local stores and picking up either SOS pads or steel wool. They just needed a little bit extra work, and I did not have the time that day to sit and work on those. So I just scrubbed them off and moved them to the side and then started focusing on scouring out the sink.
Staying up when I go out, you gotta know I'm all yours. But when I say what's that about, you start slurring your words. Tell me why you have to seem so distant when I'm holding you. Your fingertips are drifting away, and I fucking love how it hurts. Why do I, baby, why do I love the way you always leave me? Why do I, baby, why do I love the touch but never love the feeling? Why do I, baby, why do I love the way you always leave me? Why do I, baby, why do I love the touch but never love the feeling?
After I finished the sink, I moved on to the stove. I usually just use a sponge and some dish soap to kind of get it cleaned off, and then spray it down along with the microwave and the oven. After I finished the counters, I went ahead and I cleared off that high counter or bar stool area that we have. It is by far the biggest catch-all that we have in our house. Even the kids, they're too small to barely reach up there, and yet somehow everybody puts all of their stuff they don't want to put away on that counter. So I went ahead, I took care of that counter, and then I filled up my diffuser with peppermint. You couldn't really see when I held it up to the camera, but it was peppermint. I find peppermint super energizing when I'm cleaning, and of course it gets me excited for the upcoming holidays like Christmas. Doing just like a 30-second quick pickup in the living room, I moved on to my son's room. So we live in an apartment and we don't have a garage, but on our patio we have a little cabinet or a cupboard out there, and that holds all of our holiday gear. So when we moved in, we used half of my son's closet for our camping gear. So because we went camping last week, his closet pretty much got gutted, and the poor kid, I couldn't just send him in there and make him clean up that whole room by himself, because it was very much partly mommy and daddy's fault that his room was such a disaster. So I just did the mom thing, and I went in there and I just got it done.
keeps us alive when it's strong enough. Bombs light up the sky, this fear in your eyes, I'll be your armor. I remember yesterday, you and I were unafraid. You held my hand through the fire. We will fight and we will reign through the smoke and through the pain. We will be a survivor. Ride or die. Ride or
Finished with Larson's room, I moved into the kids' bathroom. Again, I didn't do a deep clean. I didn't do floors or the tub. I just did the mirror, the sink, and the toilet. Quick wipe down just to make sure that it was clean, especially after the flu, just making sure that it was all ready for the upcoming week.
hope glows in the dark like a sun to the stars. I'll be a satellite. Flames blaze in your heart, light a match, make a spark. We are dynamite. I remember yesterday, you and I were unafraid.
Okay, so here's Larson. He's reading his book. What are you reading there, bud?
I'm reading this about Bastas.
Good. This is one of our books from Sunlight, Core D. We're working on American history, so he's learning about Native Americans from long ago. And over here, this is his recipe for, what was this?
Fried bread.
Indian fried bread. Okay, so we're going to be baking that later this week. And then he's going to be working on a letter to a close friend of his. And let's see here if I can get this in the right lighting. So we did some brainstorming on ideas for him to talk about with his friend. And then he's going to work on this. Into my girls' room, which was a wreck. Unfortunately, my camera was too full and I lost a little bit of the footage. So it looks like the room was not complete and I left. But really, I did get the whole room done. Got everything put away and then I stripped the beds and washed the bedding. My son got new fresh bedding that day and the girls. Just thought I would get that done that same day and just make sure that the rooms were done and ready. So I went ahead and organized. And just a side note, this room, these girls, my 2-year-old is still in the dumping phase, so she takes everything she has access to and dumps it on the floor. And they have hours and hours of fun playing, but this room is just out of control. So Mama definitely has some purging planned. We are going to be going through and doing some minimalizing, getting this room down. I keep most of their toys up above the closet in those small plastic bins that you can see. But even when all of those are up above the closet, just the toys they have access to, if all of it is dumped, it turns into a disaster. So I just need to revamp that system a little bit so that I can avoid the daily massive cleanup that needs to happen.
The one to judge.
After I finished the girls' room, I went ahead and rotated laundry and then started the folding process. There was a ton of laundry to fold because, again, I'm great at rotating it back and forth from the dryer and the washer, but I am terrible about folding it and putting it away. So Larson helped me with the towels and I sat and it was a mighty task, but we got it done, folded and put away all of the laundry.
Feels like you read my mind, and there's more than meets the eye. With you, with you, with you, oh, with you, with you, with you, oh. you see. At first you struck me like any other girl that I could find. And when you looked me in the eyes, I knew that this was right. You're a pretty girl with a pretty name, but I'm pretty sure that you're not the same. Feels like you read my mind, and there's more than meets the eye. Pretty girl with a pretty name, but I'm pretty sure that you're not the same. Feels like you read my mind, and there's more than meets the eye. With you, with you, with you, oh, with you, with you, with you, oh. I'm glad that I found you, and that you will stick around too. Show me who you are. Now we come so far. I can't be without you, and I know I never have to. Show me who you are. Now we come so far. You're a pretty girl with a pretty name, but I'm pretty sure that you're not the same. Feels like you read my mind, and there's more than meets the eye. Pretty girl with a pretty name, but I'm pretty sure that you're not the same. Feels like you read my mind, and there's more than meets the eye. Pretty girl with a pretty name, but I'm pretty sure that you're not the same. Feels like you read my mind, and there's more than meets the eye. With you, with you, with you, oh, with you, with you, with you, oh, with you, with you, with you, oh, with you, with you, with you, oh. With a flame, I will let you in this game. Take out when I'm down. 'Cause with you I'm safe and sound. 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 I'm safe and Bring that beat back. Take me out when I'm down. 'Cause with you I'm
Once I got all of the laundry put away, the girls got their laundry put away. Larson actually put his own away, and then I put my husband and mine away. I went in my room and I folded up the blankets. So when we went camping, we pretty much used every blanket that we owned. So when we came home, I washed it all, but it ended up just tossed on the floor. So I'm just folding them all, putting them away in the closet. And then I didn't end up making my bed. I probably should have, but it was already getting close to evening, and I was like, you know what? I'm tired. I still have the bathroom to do. So I just left the bed. And then, of course, all the kids' beds weren't made because we were washing all of the bedding. My day here in the master bathroom. I just did a quick clean like I had done with the kids' bathroom. I was exhausted. It had been such a long day. But thank you so much for coming along and watching our extreme clean with me as I got the house back under control after the flu and camping. And if you like my cleaning videos and our day in the life videos, make sure you hit subscribe and the little bell so that you can get notifications whenever we post videos. And I hope this motivated you to get your house cleaned and get it back under control. Thanks for joining us.